Surprising. Really good. Except he beats himself. You know, it's just kind of like himself. Although he was a lot more nervous than he was when he was ace. Ace in the doll.
Okay, good. Let's go last check in and then start class. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you put my computer? Plugged in.
It's on the couch side table.
Well, the wild art.
On Instagram, those folks joining now, is the audio okay? Let me know if it is or isn't. Thank you. So we'll start on time, everyone, in about 5 minutes. We're live on Instagram as well as YouTube, as well as this Zoom. But I will limit my interactivity to the Zoom. If you're on another mode and you'd like to join the Zoom, the meeting ID is 212-888-9999, 212-888-9999, 3849s. And the password is true lead, capital T. Capital L. Where do I pin my video here? There. Okay. So again, if you're on, I'll just repeat in case there's new folks joining on the various socials. The meeting ID is 212-888-9999 on Zoom, 38s and 49s, and the password is true lead, capital TRUE, capital LEAD. You're welcome to watch from wherever you are, but the conversation post-practice will take place on Zoom. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started on time in 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and mute my computer audio so that if anybody inadvertently unmutes themselves during class, it won't affect everyone's experience. And I'll, of course, unmute it for the conversation afterwards. So take this time as we begin, as we settle in together to become stable in your body and mind, to let your breath settle. The default mudra for your hands sitting in meditation, or also for the bows, to both to each other and to an altar, is called the Zuwu mudra. The right hand forms a cup in a circle like this. The thumb is touching the tip of the middle finger. In the other hand, the thumb goes into that hole you've made and connects to the base of the ring finger. The opposite side of that crease is connected to the tip of the middle finger on the left hand. So it looks like this. Makes a Tai Chi pattern there, and you're connecting both symbolically and energetically the yin point on your hands with the yang point, the maximum yin, maximum yang. Okay. In order to establish an effective practice at home, I recommend acquiring your seat in the same way each time. And the most direct way to do that is with the lighting of, to use an altar and use the lighting of candles and the lighting of the incense from the candles. And it's good to offer the incense with 3 bows, place the incense, and then 3 bows again, and then take your seat. And that pattern will, in addition to other benefits, will bring you into your centered self. And if prayers are included in your practice, then it will prepare your mind for the prayers. From the morning liturgy. Purification Song. The rousing chimes of white jade purify the 10 directions, bringing peace to the rivers and oceans. All rivers and oceans of the world, the water element, that which flows down, that which gathers is calm, available for nourishment. The high peaks bear the weather, and the myriad spirits bow, requesting the presence of the immortals. When we are centered and silent, we have made space in our hearts for the presence of spirit in whatever form it may take. Our stability and our silence are like the mountains, the high peaks. And our energies are like the oceans, the rivers and the oceans. Heaven is freed of impure air. Earth is freed of all temptations. Obscure wisdom is clearly perceived. We see into and through the darkness, the mystery. So vast and generous is the mystery beyond the mystery, that which cannot be named or expressed. Prayer for the teachings. Immortal of the great veiled three treasures, may your numinous voice pervade every place, extinguishing wrongs, dissolving transgressions. Always we are working with the microcosm of self and the macrocosm of world and existence. And so the prayers are this numinous voice that we allow to pervade our body and mind and wash away obstacles, tightnesses, contractions. May your treasured signs pervade every time, coming to the aid of those in need. May this altar be open so the teachings in these verses manifest. The altar is like a conduit, channel for the purified energies, spiritual energies. And the manifestation is coming into this world. May our efforts be meritorious and in alignment with the teachings that follow. Prayer for abundance. Ascending to the highest altar with the stepping toward emptiness song, we pray that the lands be blessed and avoid even the shortest drought. Today, or each day, our pure hearts present at the golden watchtower within. Amidst the morning's peaceful haze of incense, the jade furnace burns. The central territory is fortified. Mountains and rivers are robust. The immortal's splendor is expansive, and the saints and sages are luminous. The golden light is radiant and pervasive. When we all pay respects to the ancient sages each day, the year's harvest is plentiful and people enjoy peace and tranquility. When we lower ourselves, loosen our grip on our desires and striving, everything falls into place and is naturally nourished and harmonized. Prayer for fruition. Immortal of constant clarity and constant stillness. Constant clarity, constant stillness is a symbol of fruition, of enlightenment, clear and still without interruption. When the realized mind also true heart, when the realized mind is clear and still. The Tao has fulfilled our ancestral purpose, like the culmination of the pearl moon. May the darkness be swept from our minds until no obstacles remain, and a full circle of light fills the great void. Emptiness and brightness reveal their inextricable coexistence. The highest medicine is within the body. It is available to anyone and everyone. Shen, Qi, Jing, spirit, energy, essence, vitality. Each of us, these are the three treasures, the highest medicine. Each of us has the capacity to eliminate deficiency and excess, thus finding harmony and balance. May we come to know the primordial unity, become enlightened by reversing the way to nurture each day the yellow sprout and the golden tripod. The path of life in some ways is this coming into being and the practice out of the primordial unity into the manifest multiplicity. And the practice is to reverse the way, to not be stuck in the manifest, but to allow, through loosening our grips on self and striving and desires, to abide in the unity. Before the altar, we are all the same, each of us reverent within and without. To our heartfelt summons, to our sincerity, to our commitment, the Tao replies. In the form that we practice, this part of the form of the home, the Daoist reality mudra, is opening our heart, expressing our sincerity, and it is the Tao that replies. We hear the Tao, we open to the Tao, the ultimate reality. Without this sincerity, it remains closed, absolutely with no exception. So we recite these scriptures and follow the teachings. In place of more prayers from the morning liturgy, I will read the formal refuge. The liturgy includes refuge among the prayers, but this is a separate and distinct expression of it. I will read the 5 primary precepts and one or more short pieces of the Tao Te Ching. Prayers just recited were the opening prayers, opening rites. When we take refuge, we say, "This is my home, my safe place, and I give up my small self to honor, acknowledge, and abide in my true self, the Tao, With my body, I take refuge in the great Tao of non-differentiation, of oneness, ever present as the primordial origin, the source before all other sources. With my spirit, I take refuge in the venerable scriptures, perpetually revealing the ineffable mystery. These resonant tones that carry the true spirit of realization, enlightenment, Tao. With my heart, I take refuge in the great immortal masters of the sacred teachings, devoted to the realization of all beings, residing in the manifest changes. The manifest changes are this perpetually transforming world of our existence, our experience, our illusions of self, our illusions of will. So we take refuge in the teachings, in the teachers, the teachings, and that which is taught. The 5 primary precepts are the ways that we align our behavior and our orientations and our minds with the natural, spontaneous manifestation that arises out of the primordial unity. This arising, this generation is naturally compassionate. And so we say, I will not kill, but rather cultivate compassion for life in all its forms. And for the initiated, this includes vegetarianism, includes not killing the fly, but letting it out. And of course, all of the more extreme possibilities. The natural arising is fearless, courageous, creative, ventures forth into the unknown without hesitation. This is heart-related, fire-related. I will not become intoxicated. And this is not just alcohol, though it includes alcohol, but it is about not getting away from your center. It is not reaching, not striving, not intoxicated with a person and ideology and a feeling of passion. But rather I cultivate courage and restraint. So I don't overreach, but I have the strength to move into the unknown without fear. I will not lie, but rather cultivate honesty in my speech and thought. This is the one I think that is hardest to adjust to. I mean, in the big ways, of course, we do not lie, but to iron out all of the ways that we suggest or lead to believe or give the impression or don't say this or that. The more we can release with courage and compassion those things that we control and steer a little bit in our language, in our relationships, in our presentations, in any mode. the more true that is, the more available our center, stable self is. And this stability, like the high peaks bearing the weather, is an important alignment and foundation for the Tao to come in and come through each of us. I will not be lascivious, or I will not covet, try and possess that which isn't mine, but rather cultivate discernment, good judgment, and righteousness in the sense of um, having the courage, compassion, and honesty to stand your ground for what you see clearly is right. I will not be lascivious or covet, but rather cultivate discernment and non-attachment. I will not steal, I will not take, but rather give, but rather cultivate wisdom and generosity. These 5 orientations which we benefit from realigning, recommitting to each day, have literal internal organ and element correlations, which you can see in some of my classes elsewhere. But on the one hand, they have these literal effects on, if you lie, your spleen will hurt. If you steal, your kidneys will be deficient. On the other hand, on the more subtle layers, they help us get out of the way so that the Tao can manifest through us without interference or tightness or contraction. First chapter of the Tao Te Ching lays out the view, the understanding of the relationship between our experience and an enlightened understanding. The subsequent 80 chapters explain this view in more detailed, specific scenarios. The Tao that can be taught, that can be pointed to, can be named. The Tao that can be taught is not the eternal Tao. You can also say infinite Tao. So the eternal, in this case, is forward and back and now, but also in space, not just time. The name that can be known, understood, the concept that can be grasped, is not the eternal name. The nameless initiates all things. It is the source of existence. the named gives birth to them. Or you could say they are born into name as things come into what we call existence, an apparent distinction that we can identify in their separateness. This correlates to that which can be named. Abiding without desire, or you could say abiding outside of the realm of desire. We behold the sublime. Abiding within desire, we behold the many. One must be careful in the spirit of Lao Tzu here not to identify abiding within the realm of desire as bad, as opposed to the good of abiding without desire. They are together and one. And when the desire aspect, any pushing away or drawing in, rejecting or coveting, the thing desired has no hold on us, and therefore it has does not cause a reaction, a contraction. So to be enlightened, to be realized, is to have a foot in both realms simultaneously and comfortably. No push, no pull. These pairs are paired. These two are inextricable. Arising from sameness, from unity, they separate in name. In the named realm, in the realm of named things, which we label as good or bad and desire or we covet or reject. In sameness, they are called the mystery. Mystery is the Tao, is the unity. This mystery is itself mysterious. So we circle back to the Tao that can be taught is not the eternal Tao. The mystery that can be named is not the eternal mystery. The mystery is again mysterious. The twofold mystery. Where the many meet the sublime, where the manifest meets the mystery, where the many meet the sublime is the gate, the boundary between our illusory experience and abiding in the unity of that experience with the unified precursor, the source. That boundary is the mysterious gate, and you can hear in Lao Tzu's language that contrary to what some alchemical teachers might say, the mysterious gate has no location in the body or anywhere else. So I'll read a little bit from chapter 3 and then let it be, and we'll practice a form. If accomplishment is not praised, we will not strive. If scarcity is not prized, we will not steal. If desire is not pursued, we will not struggle. The wise establish peace by emptying the mind to fulfill the body. Flexibility in ambition or pursuit, firmness in character. If we are able to abide without knowing, or perhaps knowing that we do not know, and without desire, without a need for things to be a certain way, then the one who knows, and this is not us, the one who knows, because we are abiding in not knowing, letting go of the need to know. The one who knows will lack the certainty to act, and peace will reign inside and out. We will engage with the three sources, Jun Gong, or Ne Gong, Jun Gong, Jun being truth, authenticity, realization. It is, in Gong is work, effort in acquiring merit, specifically skillful effort. Forms such as this, as you've likely heard me say before, but I will continue to remind, because forms have the potential to be a side path to pull you out of your orientation to perpetually abide in the Tao without interference. We allow the form, we practice the form as a natural occurrence happening through us. The form is patterned with the utmost skill and sensitivity around the patterns of nature, of the Tao, the understanding of the relationship between the ultimate Tao, ultimate reality, and the details of our named experience. And so my language in the form will naturally sometimes include guiding language would sometimes include, move the energy, but the orientation is to allow and to participate in a natural cycle. Cycle in which things naturally achieve harmony. Bring your hands into the pure yang mudra, the pinkies touching, middle fingers touching, thumbs touching the tips, the index and ring fingers connecting energetically. Maybe feel a little bit of kind of magnet-like feeling in between. Hold this, your thumbs approximately at your navel, and your palms at the level of your lower dantian. The pure yang mudra. People often have the tendency to hold the mudra like this. It's incorrect. The middle fingers are on the horizon, essentially. Visualize your hands inside your body, and between your palms, the golden red sun of your lower dantian, energy field, elixir field. Dan, we say elixir, it is literally cinnabar, which that bright, pure red itself is a symbol of ultimate reality. Tian is field, like the field on which one cultivates, and that which one cultivates bears fruit. Your hands inside your body, nourishing, supporting the heat, the intensity of your lower dantian. The mantra is hung. The mouth closed sounds like and there's a kind of compression that goes with it, so you feel thunder in your lower belly as you sound the mantra. Our breathing pattern will be inhale, hold for as long as you can and a little bit longer, without any strain or stress. And then finish with the hum. We'll repeat it 3 times. If we can't hear each other, we'll do it at our own pace. Nonetheless, I'll guide you as if you're following mine. Inhale, hold. If you can, go directly into the next inhale and hold. If you've eaten in the last several hours, be especially gentle. It's best on an empty stomach, but we can't always plan in such a way. One more. If you've done more than 3, it's okay. You can continue as I do this last one. In this part of the form, we're establishing some warmth and some pervasion of energy to support the rest of the cycle. Could always draw back to a natural cycle as a reference. One relevant thing would be the initial sprout from the seed in this case. So in order for the seed to grow, fulfill itself into fruit, it must first sprout. Now, staining the thread in your breath and in your mind, open your hands, palms down. Inhale and gather. Arriving with the palms up at heart level, index and middle finger pointing forward, ring finger and pinky pointing to heaven, thumbs outstretched. And with the mantra Hong, Hong, expressed out loud, bring the arms forward, around, and arrive in the 3 layers mudra. Pinkies reaching toward heaven, thumbs toward earth, 3 fingers connecting on the horizontal. The 3 layers become one. Inhale and hold. And with the mantra Ha, press the palms to the horizon and merge with the limitless, with the Wu Ji. As we inhale, the hands come into the golden turtle mudra. The palm is hollow, the fingers are straight. Direct the palm and the fingertips at the kidneys as you tuck the pelvis, lift the perineum, and sound the mantra Hai Hey with the mouth closed. Sounds like with 3 times inhale, allow your body to expand. And again, inhale, return to the root. Inhale. The mantra now is Om. The chin is to the chest. The spine is curled. Perineum lifted. Teeth clenched. Feel the vibration in your teeth as the hands guide up the spine. It's important in this part of the form not to just fold the spine, but to extend as if around a ball. Inhale, rise up, straighten the spine. Arms in a V. Spirit mingles at the purple palace, connecting with spirit. Wong. Inhale, hold. Inhale and return the light, return the brightness. Palms and fingertips facing the crown, the heavenly gate. Holding the breath gently but full. Whole body bright and warm. With a gentle hum, bring the energy down. Today I'm going to go directly into Tai Chi. Normally we would repeat several times. There is quite a bit of activity here, maybe a parade. So I hope that meditation will be the better way to work with the environment. Hands in the Tai Chi mudra. For men, the right hand clasps the left. For women, the left hand clasps the right. The inner thumb is in the palm, the outer thumb resting between the index and thumb on the opposite hand. Spine is straight and open. Sit bones pressed into the seat in the chair or the cushion. Perineum lifted, closing the earthly gate. Reversing the direction of drainage to support restoration and vitality. Continue that lift up the spine, making space, opening the heavenly gate. Forgiving both excess joy, excess anger. Forgiving misunderstanding. And the rigidness of self, state, and nation. observing the great loneliness of digital-only connection. Observing the magic of togetherness over time, over space. Our backs like mountains, high peaks bearing the weather, undisturbed, unperturbed by the storms that come and go. Our rivers and oceans, the energies flowing through our channels, the fluids flowing through our bodies. Calm, peaceful, purified by the resonance of our inner chimes, our pure thoughts, our sincerity, commitment, our engagement with practice, scripture, community, teachings. Jing, jing, wu wei. Clarity, stillness, non-doing. Clear, still, the activity of non-being. Into the center and out in every direction, resting without striving, desire, rejection, in what is. vase of fire closing. So we'll gather, clap our palms together and make fire, and then massage our whole body. If you hold your breath during the massage, you can a little additional heat and pervasion, but no strain, no stress. Join me in dedicating our practice to the full realization of all sentient beings. The ability to rest in non-distinction. No good, no bad. Thank you. I'll stop the YouTube here.